I heard a quote that goes like this: God isn't whispering because he's too far, but because he's so close. Think about it in a story like this. There was a boy that was in the city with his father, and they were walking around the city. The cars were honking, the people were talking, the music was just playing, and there was just noise everywhere. But every time the father wanted his son's attention, he didn't yell. He just leaned down and whispered. And whenever the son stopped and listened, he could hear the father just so clearly. The problem wasn't that the father wasn't speaking. The problem was whether the son was paying attention. A lot of us say, God, why didn't you speak to me? God, why didn't you yell? Why didn't you give me a sign? Meanwhile, our lives are filled with notifications, scrolling, distractions, and just noise. Maybe God isn't silent. We've just gotten too loud. There's too much noise in our lives. 1 Kings 19:11 through 12 says, "The Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper." And Jeremiah 29:13 says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart." God isn't trying to compete with the noise. The God who created the universe can speak loudly, and we all know that. Yet so often he decides to whisper, not because he's distant, but because he's near. So if you want to hear God's voice, don't ask him to just speak louder, but ask yourself what needs to get quieter. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to pray today.